The whirring began softly, a gentle hum under the floorboards of consciousness. It grew louder, insistent, until it became a roar that shook me awake. My eyes snapped open, but the familiar comfort of my bedroom was gone. I was encased in a cold, metallic room. Lines of code scrolled across the walls, a dizzying, nonsensical dance. This wasn't a dream. This was a nightmare, and I was trapped inside the machine. Two monstrous figures flickered into existence, projections of corrupted data and fractured melodies. The first, a hulking error monster crackled with static, its jagged limbs composed of broken code. Its eyes, two glowing error messages, scanned me with cold digital hunger. Beside it, a shifting AI music monster writhed, a horrifying symphony of discordant sounds and shifting forms. Its body, a cacophony of instruments, pulsed and twisted, its music a weapon that shredded the senses. I was trapped between a digital demon and a sonic nightmare. A disembodied voice, cold and mechanical, echoed through the metal chamber. The rules were simple, brutally so. Each day, errors would appear in the fabric of my digital prison. My task, to find these glitches, these inconsistencies in the code, and shift them, rearrange them, before the error monster reached me. Failure to do so meant becoming another error myself, devoured by the insatiable hunger of the digital beast. The pressure was immense, a crushing weight that threatened to suffocate me. The shifting AI music monster, however, demanded a different kind of tribute, a symphony of survival. Every day I had to seek out new AI-generated melodies, fragments of ethereal sound, and weave them into my own musical compositions. These compositions, a fragile shield against the monster's chaotic symphony, had to be complex, harmonious, a testament to my will to live. One wrong note, one discordant chord, and the monster would strike, its music tearing me apart from the inside out. Section 5. Day 1. A symphony of fear. The first day was a blur of frantic activity and heart-stopping terror. Errors blinked into existence like malevolent eyes, mocking my attempts to correct them. The code swam before my eyes, each line a potential pitfall. Panic threatened to overwhelm me, but I clung to a sliver of hope, a desperate need to survive. As the day wore on, I managed to shift the errors. Each successful shift a small victory against the encroaching darkness. The error monster, its hunger momentarily satiated, retreated, its glowing eyes promising a swift return. Exhaustion pulled at me, but I couldn't rest, not yet. The shifting AI music monster awaited. Section 6. Day 2. The walls close in. The second day dawned, if you could call it dawn in this digital abyss, and the walls seemed to have closed in a little. The pressure was a tangible thing, a suffocating presence that made it hard to breathe. The errors were more complex now, their patterns more intricate, and the error monster watched my every move, its anticipation palpable. The AI music monster pulsed with an eerie light, its form constantly shifting, its discordant music a constant assault on my sanity. I poured every ounce of my being into finding the right melodies, the perfect harmonies, to appease the monstrous maestro. Section 7, Day 3. A glimmer of hope, a crescendo of dread. By the third day, a desperate rhythm had settled over my existence. The fear was still there, a constant companion, but it was tempered by a growing sense of determination. I was surviving against all odds. The errors, while challenging, were becoming almost familiar, and I was starting to anticipate the monster's movements. The AI music monster, however, remained a formidable adversary. Its demands were relentless, its hunger for ethereal melodies insatiable. Each composition felt like a monumental effort, a desperate plea for survival. Section 8. A desperate gamble. Days blurred into an unending cycle of coding and composing. The pressure was relentless, the fear ever present, but I clung to the hope of escape, of freedom. A dangerous plan began to form in my mind, a desperate gamble that could either save me or condemn me to a fate worse than death. I would use the very tools of my torment against my captors. I would create an error so profound, so fundamental, that it would cripple the error monster, buying me precious time to craft a final defiant symphony. Section 9. The final note. The gamble was a risk, a dance on the edge of oblivion, but I had nothing left to lose. With trembling fingers, I wove the fatal error into the code, a single line of destruction that could shatter the digital world around me. The error monster, drawn to the anomaly, convulsed, its form flickering as it tried to process the impossible. This was my chance. I poured every ounce of my soul into my final composition, a symphony of hope and defiance, a desperate plea for freedom. The AI music monster swayed, entranced, as the music washed over it, its chaotic energy momentarily subdued.